Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to spend some time with me on the video today. Always really grateful to have you guys around. And we're going to do another video, guys, on WD40 because I have been hearing over and over again, guys, how this is the best fish scent that you can have on a lure. And I did a little bit of research into this I want to talk about today in the episode, and definitely curious to get your guys' feedback on that as well. Also, guys, real quick, just want to invite everybody to please consider hitting that subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. If you haven't done so, it's a good way to help push the channel out there, and where you'll never miss a video by hitting that subscribe button and getting the notifications. And also, guys, if you want to go to the next level on Intuitive Angling to support it, you can be a channel member, and members get private videos every week that aren't seen by the public. And you also get some access to my email address for your fishing questions. You can email me directly. So just go to my homepage and you can click on the join button or go to the membership section of my description in the video. You guys can get set up with that. I really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I did a video on this a couple of years ago about WD40 because I've been hearing some rumors about how it was a great fish scent. And it just doesn't stop. I hear it all the time about WD40 being this great fish scent. So anyway, a lot of people, nobody knows what's in this stuff because it's a petroleum-based product, but if you go to the website, they say that the ingredients are secret in this thing, only known to one person within the organization, like some secret ingredient in WD-40. Whatever it is, guys, the fish must love it. I don't know what it is, but the fish must be highly attracted to this because I hear it over and over again, and I've heard it for years. So I really want to know what you guys, have you guys had any experience with this? I have not tried it, but just a couple times, but I haven't tried it enough to really determine if it works or not. I am a big believer in fish scents. I mean, I've used them forever. I mean, ever since I started bass fishing, I made my own fish scents, and I've used every fish scent that you could imagine. I was sponsored by a company called Fish Formula for years, and used it pretty extensively. But when you're talking in terms of getting more bites, this is just something you definitely want to consider. Now, here, from my opinion, as far as the experience that I've had in bass fishing, I want to describe to you the lure categories and the situations where I have noticed the difference in my fishing. First of all, it gives you more confidence. It's like in a tournament situation, I use fish scent a lot of times on everything that I'm throwing. I don't care if it's a topwater plug, if it's a jerk bait, whatever. I think that it's not going to hurt, and it could definitely help you get that one or two extra bites that makes a difference. But from my experience, from what I have seen, this has been it. First of all, when you're using some type of a fish scent like that, you've got to get close enough for the fish to take advantage of that. But that is why if you throw like a live crawdad or something like that, or a live minnow, you're going to get 10 times more bites than if you throw a artificial looking crawdad that looks exactly like a crawdad, or some of the shad patterns now, they look exactly like a shad. I mean, let me show you this swim bait here, what I'll talk about. And I want to explain to you guys the difference between a visual attractant and an actual scent attractant. Look at this thing right here, guys. This is the glide bait that a guy made for me. That looks exactly like a gizzard shad. To a bass, if this thing's swimming through the water like that, there's no way they could tell the difference visually, but that thing does not smell like a shad. So when you're talking about using this glide bait's coming through the water, like this, coming through there, and that bass is swimming up around it. I think that those bass have an unbelievably keen sense of smell, because if they're swimming up there and that's a live shad, and it looks just like this shad right here, if they smell that it smells alive, they're gonna bite the thing. But if it doesn't smell alive, it is very hard to get them to hit the thing. They may look at it, but they may never bite the thing. And if you can use some type of a fish scent, whether it's WD-40 or just whatever type of fish scent, I just think you're a lot more conducive to getting the bite. Now, the lure categories that work the best, in my opinion, are things like jigs and plastic worms, because you got a jig that's on the bottom like that, and that bass comes down on it like that, and he's nosing down and looking at it. And a lot of times those bass will get that far away from that bait, there's no doubt they can smell it. If they've got this strong olfactory ability, they can smell that jig. It's either going to smell like a piece of plastic or some type of scent that you put on it. So definitely going to make a big difference as far as, you know, adding up into more strikes that you're going to get on a slow bait. There's the slow baits, to me, I have noticed definitely a difference, and I've also noticed a difference in like stuff like slow roll and spinner bait. You know, that's been, you know, a pretty big deal with me. Another thing with that, guys, is I'll tell you about using fish scent. Is it's a really good lubricant for your line, because if I'm flipping and pitching, I will take some type of fish scent or fish formula or whatever, and I'll run it up and down my line where I'm pitching and flipping, and that lubrication of the line makes that line slide through your fingers a lot more. If you've ever pitched and flipped without lubricating your fingers, the line will catch on that a lot of times, but having that lubed line on there makes a big difference. And I also remember reading an article that Roland Martin wrote years ago that he used fish formula on his line, like he sprayed it on his line because he felt that the fish formula, you know, not permeated, but it sort of radiated away from the line when the line was in the water. Who knows? You know, that's the thing about it. You don't really know, but when you just compare logic to it, it makes a big difference. So I definitely think it's worth your time to use scent. I'll link some of my favorite scents in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video if you guys want to pick up a couple, or you can go down to the automotive store or hardware store and get some WD40. Something about it, guys, I just can't bring myself to using it very much. It's like, I don't know, there's something about using a petroleum-based product on my lures. I don't know how bad it is for the water. I mean, it's not like oil. I mean, it's a petroleum-based product, sort of like Vaseline or something, but there's some other ingredient in it. It's like, you ever smelled this stuff? You know, it smells different, completely unique. I've heard some guys talking about how there's actual fish oil in WD-40, which makes sense because, you know, fish oil is a good lubricant. But let me know what you guys think. I'd just be curious to know your opinion, guys. Is this WD-40? Is this the real deal, or is this just some type of myth that's got started up in bass fishing? I really don't know at this point. I guess I need to experiment a little bit to see if I can figure that out. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk later.